Hey guys, back again. So, I have put cardstock on every single bit of this board's top, and I've been going around with some decorations. I'm going to try and pull you down a bit. I've been putting on some decorations, for instance, this right here, just a face, kind of like this, because this is going to be like flooring of some kind. But I thought I would do a video on the stairs. So, the walls, as you can kind of see, are this cork board. Now, at every joint, I've got to add one there and there, but you can't really see this one. But at every joint, I'm putting a small. Let me see if I can pull this forward a little bit. You know what? I'm not even gonna use the arm on this. So, if it'll focus, at every joint, I add one of these, and right around those, I generally add steps. Right. So here's the steps. These are popsicle sticks that I have carved. Okay. We got some over here as well. I even put a little band on that one because it cracked down the middle, so I thought that'd be kind of cool that someone tried to repair it. Put a brick here to hide a mess up I did, but that's all good. And overall, this is the board. So, I'm going to show you specifically how to get these and turn them into stairs. So I'm going to pause this video. It's going to do a little jump or something. And yeah, I'll be rearranging your site so I can work and you can watch. Sorry for the jump. I haven't really done any editing, so I'm not quite sure. I'm working on that, but for now there's not going to be any crazy jumps. So, what I do is I roughly get... See, I'm just going to measure this off camera real quick. I roughly measure these enough for one of my guys to fit on them. So, real quick, can I just turn this a bit? You can faintly see over there, right? He fits again, finally he fits a third time, and then he's on the floor. So that's exactly what I'm going to try again here. And I just measured this against it, and I put essentially something like that, you know, just kind of measure. He'll fit on that no matter how much I clip, so there's plenty of space, and then I can clip the end. Now the reason I came up with this is because I clipped a bunch of these for the bridge over there. You can't see it, but in short, I had this end, which was useless, right? For a bunch of them, if it'll focus. You know, I'm just gonna bring it down here, and then I clip it roughly in a sharp pointed manner, right? Make that nice and sharp. Now I'm gonna put it to the right of this and put it down diagonally. And there's 3 layers for all of these, so I grab enough toothpicks. You can roughly do 2 of these steps per toothpick. Roughly. I actually cut that one too long. But that's okay, or too short, but that's okay. This is too long. What we're going to do is and literally all this is corkboard. Behind this is foam. That's it. So I can just shove that in there, stab it. Oh. Really push it in there. Be careful not to get slivers again, depending on how you hold it, but that's okay. So, now, sorry for the shaking. You can see that hole there? That fits this perfectly. Oops, sorry. Now, I just take the points of this, and again, I grab these in mass. I've said that in another video. I buy a few of these at a time, and they're pretty cheap when you buy them in mass, and this one's lasted forever, so I just like some deep scratches across. You can't really see it with the light there, but I will pull this up to show you. You can see those are scratches right across. They don't need to be perfect because you aren't going to be looking at it too close. Now, you do this over again a few more times. I'll show you as we build this. But you just put some hot glue on there, right? Set the hot glue gun to the side. You just shove it back in. And now, that's good, but obviously it's a bit long. This guy could fit like that far, and he's got all that extra space, and there was some spare space on the right there. So we're going to clip this, tear that off. Now, boards don't come looking perfect, obviously. So we're going to clip some edges. Oh, look at that. So along the grain, it actually snapped, that little grain that I invented. That's actually fine, because again, the boards aren't going to be great condition, because it's Mordheim. So we can actually do something like this, right? But then, give me 1 second. Oh, here we are. We grab a bit of super glue. This actually might not work. Yeah. Show you just a sec. I'll throw that out. That's no good. This one might work. Guess we'll find out. These I just grabbed from the dollar store. This is actually not working either. Here, I'll pause, grab some more super glue. 1 second. Alrighty, back again. Got some more super glue. I grab these a lot. It's a pack of like 4 of these things. $1.50 at the dollar store here in Canada. Don't know if you guys can find equivalents wherever you are, but I just squeeze a bit. Now you gotta be careful because, again, this is actually I'm not even gonna. I'll keep those 2 broken apart. You want to glue it right where you want the thing to stick together, right there. So I'm gonna keep that open a little bit to show that's kind of fractured. You want to be careful. Super glue melts plastic. Now it doesn't matter much if any gets on this plastic, so I'm gonna put some kind of flooring on this. Not sure what, but that's kind of what we're looking for. So I'm gonna just do. Actually, you know what? I've shown you. I'll show you again. Actually, I'll show you a second part. I'll speed through this one real quick. Give me a sec. So essentially, I'm actually going to show you just enough of this to show you 1 layer, and that should be more than enough. So here we go. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to look amazing. You roughly put it right beside and level. Now it's hard to see from this camera, but it actually is level. So I'm just gonna, again, and you know what, maybe drilling a hole in these or putting a knife in the wall there might have actually opened up a cut better, and then stabbing it into it. But you know what, I'm already most of the way through this board anyway, so we just shove it in. Oh, and you know what, that's not going that deep, which means we just have to make it sharper. And actually, the extra damage to the board will look even more. It will look even better because it's Mordheim. So now we just try and shove it in there. And you know what? It's really not much better. Didn't get much better, but that's okay because this sticks out more than enough, and we're just going to clip the edges off just to make it look weathered, but you know, not crazy bad. Now we just test and make sure he fits on it. Now he fits on it. He doesn't seem to be wobbly, nothing. So again, and if he is, you can just twist it as you push it in, because again, the foam alone is very weak, so you can just shove stuff in. The cork board's not as weak, but it's still pretty weak, and it's not going to stand against you shoving stuff in. But essentially, you just shove it back in there with the hot glue, and it's stuck there well enough. You can chuck your guy on there. Now, I'll update you again whenever I start on the floor, but this is just another video on that.